I'm co-owner of Full Spectrum Solar, and we're located in Madison, Wisconsin.
And how many employees do you have, and how many customers do you have?
Currently we have 12 employees, and at our peak last year we were up to 17 employees, and we have probably about 300 to 400 people we've done installations for in the state of Wisconsin since 2002.
What motivated you to start working in this field?
I've been interested in it for a very long time. I can trace it all the way back to like 3rd or 4th grade, being interested in energy issues, seeing the malaise speech by President Carter at the time, and thinking there's got to be a better way than, people, hearing about the early 70s and the embargoes and the gas lines, and I didn't actually start working on renewable energy systems until I was in college, and I lived in a housing co-op, and we got some used solar thermal collectors and put an installation in at Lochorian Co-op, and so that was kind of some of my first experiments with building systems. And then after I got an engineering degree, I did energy efficiency work with manufacturers in Wisconsin, but I still was really fascinated with renewable energy production. So ultimately ended up in the San Francisco Bay Area, and that's where I really learned the industry. That was from 98 to 2002, and then Mark and I started Full Spectrum Solar in 2002. And at first it was just part-time work for Mark and myself, and we had other jobs, and we steadily grew over the years to our max size last year. Well, our solar watering systems can cover typically 50 to 75% of the domestic hot water used in a house, so that can offset, usually it's offsetting natural gas or propane. And we can do larger systems that also can cover as much as 50 or 75% of the space heating. And it's not uncommon for us to put in solar electric systems that cover close to 100% of the electric use in a house or in a building. And that's reducing coal burning at power plants. Probably somewhere around half or more of our electricity is coming from coal-fired power plants still. I think it's very important to maintain the federal tax credit, and that's kind of the thing that we've had as a steady incentive over the last several years. And unfortunately, Focus on Energy hasn't been, in my opinion, managed as well as it has in the past, and they, due to cuts to the program, they took action that's very destructive to a small growing industry like ours, and ended all financial incentives for solar and wind at the end of last year, yet made it known to the public that in the future there'd be incentives available again. So we basically had this over 6-month period where there's no incentives, yet people believe there may be incentives in the future, which causes people to tend to put projects on hold. And it's that sort of short-term incentives in fits and spurts that makes it difficult to build a sustainable long-term industry. I think Focus needs to make sure that when they are reducing programs, if they're doing that they do it in a more controlled, gradual manner, not as a sort of scorched earth policy that's insensitive to the industry's needs for consistent growth, not start and stop.